This morning we're going to talk about our math review, and I want to give you a few reminders that what you read first, you write first. So it's going to be very important that you look at the question stem and what you read first, you write first. I'm going to fix the view here just a second. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to count my data that's sitting up here. These are pictures because all of these questions right here are referring to the cats and the dogs and the birds. So when I count my cats, I count that there are 5 cats and there are 4 birds and there are 2 dogs. Looking at your data and counting it is going to be very important, understanding what you're talking about. Cats comes first, which is 5. Birds come second, which is 4. And I have to remember that I'm reducing to simplest form. So when I write my ratio of 5 to 4, is that simplified? If it is, check it off and move on. When I'm looking at birds to cats, it looks like it's the same question, but birds is coming first. So I need to write my birds number first, which is 4, and my cats number second, which is 5. So this ratio, even though it sounds like I'm asking the same question, is different because my ratio would be a 4 to 5 ratio. What I read first, I write first. In letter G, let's take a look at that. I have dogs on this side, but I have cats and birds on the other side. This word "and" is meaning that I need to put them together and add. So when I count my dogs, I count 2. When I count my birds and my cats, I end up with 9. And double check, there's 5 and 4 and there are 2. Can I reduce that? No, so my ratio will be a 2 to 9 ratio. And then you can solve the rest of them to make sure that they're matching. Let's look at question number 2 because it says which one is a true statement. When I think of the word true statement in ratios, I think of the word equal to one another. I'm still using this data up here to solve this. The ratio of cats to total. Total means that I'm adding up all my animals. And it says that it is half. So I'm going to write down cats, and I want to compare that to the total. So my cats number is going to be 5. My total number, when I add up all my animals up here, is going to actually be 11. So I'm going to put this in fraction form, 5 to 11. Can I reduce 5 to 11? Is this equivalent to 1/2 like my question is asking me? And that answer is no. So I'm going to just put a no out here to the side. No. Now I'm going to go to the next one, ratio of dogs to birds. Dogs up here is 2, and birds is going to be 4. I'm going to put it in fraction form, which is a 2 to 4, and I want to know if that is equal to 1 to 2. In other words, can I reduce it? And that is a yes. It is equal. So there's my yes. But I still need to test the last one just in case I made a mistake. Birds is going to be 4 to cats 5. When I stack it, what I read first, I write first, even though this one looks very similar, birds and cats, my 4 is on top, which is not equivalent to 5 out of 4. So that is a not, no. Best answer, B, is the one that is a true statement. Now let's look at problem number 3. As I read problem number 3, if she continues to acquire pets at the same rate, in other words, we're going to build a table, how many dogs would she have if she had 12 birds? This line right here is for me to write my labels. The first label is going to be dogs, and my second label is going to be birds. And I want to look at my ratio of dogs to birds. My dogs, 2, and my birds is 4. And this extra box right here is telling me that I might need to reduce. So I'm going to bring it down and reduce it and find my, of course you said it, base ratio, which is a 1 to 2 ratio. Now as I build this table, because I want to know if I have 12 birds, so we're going to put in the number 12. I could have gone from 4 to 12, but I really want to practice using my base ratio to build my table. So I'm asking myself, how do I get from 2 to 12? And that scale factor is times 6, so we go back over here to 1. 1 times 6 is 6. So answer this question. If I have 12 birds, how many dogs would I have? And that answer is 6 dogs to make the ratio complete. And let's do one more. Let's look at problem number 4. Here it's asking me to compare the ratio of pancakes to eggs. So I have my pancakes and I have my eggs, and I'm going to put it into a table. My pancakes up here says 12, and my eggs says 3. Notice that they gave me this information, eggs to pancakes, but the question is asking me pancakes to eggs. Therefore, pancakes must come first. When I look at this ratio, the first thing I want to check is this the same as? If I put the number pancakes underneath the word pancakes and 3 underneath the word eggs, do I see a ratio that works? And I do. I could also think about reducing it, and when I do, I get a 4 to 1. But is that the same as a 1 to 4? And that is no, because we don't have 1 pancake and 4 eggs. We have 4 pancakes to 1 egg, so that would not be true. And then if we look at this one, it doesn't fit into the table, so my best answer is going to be A. Remember, you want to show a ratio table on every problem that you do, and you want to be able to solve using scale factors and prove it to be equivalent, and make sure what you read first, you write first.